Hi everybody, how y'all doing? Okay, so tonight my choir had the opportunity to get to sing at the Greek Festival, and it was so amazing. So first of all, this thing, I mean, I've been to Greek festivals before, even when I was there like 4 years ago. It was not the same, and I guess it's just like bursting at the seams because it's huge. The world should know it is huge. I don't know if it's just because it's Tucson or something. I have no idea what happened. But it's bursting at its seams. It was huge. I don't know. Okay, it's not what I expected to see. I'm used to them being a lot more pared down and just, I don't know, a little, it wasn't chaotic or anything either, too. It was like really well, nicely organized with all the security and, all the, yeah, it was great. So we were supposed to meet there a half an hour early so that we could warm up and stuff. And so we did. And when I was driving up, I saw huge lines of people. I mean, really long, moving slow. And I realized, oh my goodness, this thing is wrapped all the way around the back. These are people walking to get in. I don't even know if they have tickets or if they're about to pay or whatever it is. But just the lines to get in was like longer than I've seen movie lines. Okay, I couldn't believe it. Where did all these people come from, right? So, as it would have to be, when you're the performing act, I love this. I admit it's a total pride thing. We walk past the line. We don't need the line. No, we get in. We're the gig, right? No. Anyway, so yeah, we go in and we had gotten our tickets from blah blah blah, and we, had to go in the back way, even though we had our ticket. It was weird to avoid the line, but yeah. So there you go. And we got in, and then we were ushered into this very small room, this really cute little room. And I think either they might use it. It's like an offside room. It's not like in the chapel itself or anything. It's like I think they might use it occasionally for certain praying stuff, but I don't think so. I think because there was um an icon there. There were a couple, but I don't know. It seemed more like maybe they had children's classes there sometimes, or different kinds of talks, or I'm not really sure what they used the room for. They are our sister church though, and this was the first time that I went. Now that I'm going to that other one, the Antiochian one. So when I had gone for the first time 4 years ago, it was a completely different thing because I didn't have any connection to the church, but now I do, and it was such an interesting, oddly familiar, and completely, I don't know how to explain it. There's two priests there actually in that church, and one of them I had heard about and known some things. um, I don't know. It was nice to finally put a name to a face to the name. And he actually got to come to it, and while we were doing one part of it, he actually cued us in because it was part of the responsive. So that was really, really very sweet of him. And then at the end, he did give us a blessing, which was really nice. Um, I did get to. I did have taped some of the songs. It's very far away, so you won't see anything. I mean, like you can't see anybody's faces or anything. Um, but I'm like the third one from the left. And what's odd is the 12-year-old that was standing next to me, she's actually taller than me, but in the video, I look taller than her. So I don't know how that worked out. But it might have been on like a riser or something like that because I don't think the floor was plumb. I think the floor was tilted. So I finally looked taller than somebody, which that's rare. But anyways, so um, we got to sing some Rachmaninoff. We did sing some Tchaikovsky. We sung a lot of it's just liturgical stuff, different hymns, different this and that, and then some of the things that we sing on a regular basis. One of my favorites is the way that we sing the Trisagion, because we sing it in like 4 languages, which is always a hoot. I don't know any nicer way to say that. It just makes me so happy. And we start out with Arabic, and then we go to English, and then we go to Greek, and then we go to Church Slavonic. So that's always fun, and I'm always glad to do that. We also did The Angel Cried. We did just a bunch of other ones. Of course, it would be when I show up there and we're like warming up, we get handed the packet, okay? Right? Here's everything you're going to sing, right? I look at the first one, I'm like, oh, I've never seen this one before, even though I had gone to rehearsal earlier that week. Oh, guess I have to sight sing that. Okay. And yet, that's kind of what we're used to doing anyway. And then the same thing happened for like 1 or 2 others, which one of them is really, really pretty. I had never heard it was a French Orthodox song. I Leave You My Peace. And then I was really glad that we did the People's Communion hymn. That made me very, very, very happy. And we did Magnification of the Theotokos, so I was thrilled, thrilled, thrilled about that. And we did a cherubic hymn, which I found out from her speaking, or my choir director, that it's actually her favorite version of it. And it's from a Russian, I think. I have to read. Okay, what else did we do? Oh, we did, and I can't pronounce. Oh, I can't say this. I can sing it, but I can't say it. I'll write it in the comments. And then we did the Preparing of the Resurrection. We did Rejoice, O Virgin, which I love that one. Okay, so I'm not really able, actually. I have to put all of those on unlisted due to copyrights. So even though it was a public performance, so I don't get any strikes, yeah. So I'm going to try to put all the descriptions of really I'm going to put it in, the description here, so that if you want, I can send you the link to the choir, and if you want to hear it. I know that some people think, oh, well, why would I want to hear church music, or why would I want to hear choir music? It's very different than maybe what you would have thought of that it is. And just take a listen, because it's probably something that you might have never heard before, or done in a different way than you would have expected. And the way that the music moves, it's absolutely emotive and incredibly meditative, and it's actually very joyous. There's nothing somber ever about it. It's never like a funeral dirge or anything like that. There are portions where we sing in really, quiet, almost lullaby-like tones, and then there's times where we're just really singing, belting it out. And the nicest thing for me was I actually got to hear what we sound like, because I don't know what we sound like because I'm always there, So that was like a big, big treat. So after we finished, I had taken my son with me, my oldest. And like I said, the only time I had been there before was when I was like 4 years ago, when I had just moved to Tucson. And I was pregnant, like pregnant, like about to burst pregnant, okay? Like I was huge, waddling in there. Anyways, so I was there and it was fun, and we went to eat, and we were there in the daytime though. Whereas now when we were there at night, it's like a totally different, it was a party. So we were going through the food lines, and I recognized someone. There was a lady that I had met 4 years ago. She was working in the exact same area with the exact same food section. So I guess that's like what she does every year or something, right? And I remembered her so clearly. And it had surprised me, because it's been like 4 years. Literally, I had only met her once, maybe talked for like 3 minutes. What? And I remembered her. And I could tell she was taking off her apron and she was getting ready to leave. And I leaned forward. And so she saw me and I smiled and I said, I think I've met you before. And she said, yes, I remember you. I remember your smile. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was blushing, right? And I said, oh, thank you. I remember your smile too. And she was just so sweet. So we chatted for a minute, and then I said goodnight to her, which I don't know. I guess it surprised me so much because I thought, oh, I don't know anybody here. I won't, there's nobody I can say hi to. So it tickled me that I don't know. It was nice. It was good to see her. She's just a really sweet woman. So then, as I was walking out, I met with the priest again, which, he had come up at the end of our talk and like just congratulated all of us and everything, and thanked us for, singing. But I didn't get to talk with him or anything because, I didn't want to like stand anyway where it was. So I had scooted away, but I had wanted to get a blessing from him. And right as I was trying to leave, there was someone who walked right in front of me and right in front of the priest. So I'm having to stand behind her because they're talking. They were talking for a good 5-10 minutes. And I did not want to walk around them because I wanted to stand there and get to meet him and get a blessing from him. So he recognized me again, of course, because he just seen me 5 minutes ago and he knew I was one of the singers in the choir. And I did get to get a blessing from him. And it was interesting because, you know, we really are sister churches. And he had said, it was so sweet. He said, I really do feel a, what's that word? Not an affinity, but like, like you're part of our flock too, and that I have a responsibility towards serving you. And he was just so beautiful. Anyways, it was great. So that was the Greek festival, or at least part of it, because that thing was too big. It was huge. There was no way I could get everything done in there. I think we have to go tomorrow because there's too much to do, and it was too much fun, and there was music and people dancing and laughing, and just everyone was having so much fun, and it was just funny to watch everybody. I love people watching, and I guess it's ripe for that. So let me know if you want any links to some of the music. You might be surprised that you like it, even though it's different than what you would have expected to hear. And I hope to talk with you again soon. Oh, I forgot to say something. This is really odd. Because we weren't singing, the liturgy for liturgy. I don't know how to say that. None of us had our heads covered, and it felt so odd because when we would, get to portions where we would have, crossed ourselves, none of us did it, I guess, because we were just there to sing. And I didn't notice it when we did it, you know, but then when I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't. But I'm glad that I didn't because nobody else did either. So I guess it was appropriate. So, anyways, well, I hope everybody's doing really well, and I wish everybody blessings of peace. Have a good night. Take care.